It's the moment of truth! So, which dragon did you guys pump out of your buttholes? Was it the Handyman, or was it the stinky golden crow? Let's find out, shall we? And just so you know, if it isn't the Handyman, I am gonna cause a great big ruckus. Let's find out. Lucky you guys. Well, I guess we won't have to destroy anything today then. But, woo! See that? There's a first try Handyman for me. Woo! I mean, that does mean we still have another day and 4 hours to wait before we can take him out. But that's good. I prefer getting the annoying Dragon of the Weeks out of the way quick and easy. Because, you know, the ones with the shared breeding times can be a massive pain in the butthole. So, you know, this guy, I have never had him before, so to get in this quickly, I'm very happy about that. And of course, in just under 9 hours time, the Ironfire will be leaving the shop, and he may never come back ever again. And he will be replaced with the Pixie Dot dragon, so... You know, I did say I was 99% sure that the Pixie Dot was going to be the next Dragon of the Month, and, luckily, I didn't make a fool out of myself, and I was actually correct. Bravo! Bravo, Quacks! Fantastic work, but, you know, again, if you want to give me the Pixie Dot on the first try as well, go ahead. Although, then I don't know what I'd breed for the rest of the month, to be fair. But either way, that is the current shebang in DML. There's also this stinky guy on offer currently, so this is the chemistry dragon. I actually missed out on getting this dragon when he was available in, what was it, a solo event? A long time ago. So, trust me, I'm kind of tempted, but I will not waste my £16 of money. What else would it be? Of course it's money. Whatever. But I mean, this guy's definitely an interesting dragon. Void Plan Energy. I feel like it does fit his little chemistry theme. Definitely on the weird side of dragons, and, you know, he's made of glass, so try not to drop him, I suppose. But anyway, how have you been? Where have you been going? Have you had any luck with breeding the Handyman as well? I mean, if you did get the 22 hours, you just gotta remember that the breeding time is a shared one, so don't assume that you bred him straight away, because you don't want to be like, guys, I bred him, and then you find out it's actually the other epic, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I just accidentally lied to everyone. But that sucks. I mean, we do have this new clan stuff, and by that I mean, you know, it's the good old castle destruction clan event that we've got going, but looks like we're ahead for now in score. I have been pretty on it today with making sure that we summon as soon as we can, or I was until I fell asleep, because basically what happened is it is 12:24 now, and like that is midnight sort of thing, and I had like a 4-hour nap, because the night before I had like half an hour's worth of sleep. So I'm not really sure what the deal is now. I feel like because I've slept, my body thinks it's morning. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Have I just completely screwed myself over? Like utterly destroyed my sleeping schedule for like the next day now? Probably. Not that it makes much difference. To me, I'm the sort of person that, like, I will fall asleep, get 2 hours of rest, and then I will be able to, you know, deal with my day as usual as if nothing happened. But sometimes I do need the catch up, like a week later, and I'm like, why is my body doing this? So we'll see what happens regardless. Just get this dungeon fight out of the way. I want the dungeon tokens for that clan quest, and now the enemies, because our lantern dragon's getting boosted in his levels, I actually see the dungeon dragons gaining a couple of levels now, because when Sthani was level, what was it, 72, the enemies we were facing were level 73, and now that he's 1 level higher, they have gone up by 2 levels, so I'm starting to get a little bit spookified, because Are we actually going to start struggling with the dungeon as soon as Saney gets to level 80? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I certainly hope not, obviously. You watch. It'd be the sort of thing where the moment that I finally get Saney up to level 80 and then the dungeon becomes impossible, that's when they'd introduce some new dungeon dragons, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty typical, Game Loft. And I've never realised, but have you ever seen on the root dragon how all of his roots are brown and then on his tail the roots there are just all green? Is that intentional? Are they meant to be all green or were they meant to be brown and they just never coloured them in? Maybe I'm looking into it too much. I'm going to assume that it was intentional for now, but just that's the first time I've sort of looked at it and been like, that's sort of weird, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Weird stuff happens in DML. But, hoo-wee mama, I have to say that, you know, a few people have been saying, hey Quacks, have you noticed how everyone's really angry with the recent solo events and that? And, yes, I have noticed, don't worry. I am on quite a few Facebook pages, like DML related ones. Obviously I've got the Discord server that we're in, and, yeah, don't worry, I've seen quite a lot of the discontent from the community at the moment, and I think for probably one of the first times in like 3 years, I think it's finally correct for some of the complainy people to complain. Because, you know, I'm the sort of person that I don't just like mindlessly moaning about things unless there's reason to. Like, some of the old issues people used to have with the game, I felt like they weren't the big issues. So I was just kind of like, why are you focusing on that? And, you know, people always used to say, the solo events are impossible! This was about, like, 2 years ago, when they were actually relatively simplistic, if that makes sense. And now look at us. We're in a realm where they're actually impossible to complete now, without paying. So, I guess, I hope that those people realize now not to complain about something until it actually happens. Because I can only imagine how doubly impossible they probably think the new events are now, if they're even still around. But I've said it a couple of times on Discord and that, I want to see how the new update goes with like the whale shop and all that, and if the game continues in the same sort of way, you know, like following a lot more of a pay-to-win model than it ever has been. Because the special events, like the solos and the castles and stuff like that, they were always sort of the thing keeping players in to an extent, because, you know, you could get some cool dragons every now and then that might never come back. And then you make them impossible to complete for, like, 90% of people. Ugh, God, I'm not feeling too hot about the recent events, don't worry. I feel the same as quite a lot of people. So, if the new update continues in even a similar sort of vein, I don't know what's gonna happen. Personally, I don't know what will happen to the player base at that point, because there is so much discontent with these last couple of events in particular, and people that I have never seen complain have been complaining. And at this point, I have legitimately just lost the will to stop even buying VIP every second month. You can see I don't have VIP at the moment, in fact. So, I don't know, maybe the game's just getting to me, and that's too much of a personal example, but I'm just getting less and less enticed into feeling like purchasing VIP is even worth it. It's like, yeah, it helps me out to make live streams longer, but do I actually want to buy it for the in-game stuff? I really don't know. I really don't know at this point. I guess... I've said it before, you know, people go through this with DML where sometimes you get sort of fizzled out on the game due to timers and that. I feel like if you start making the events literally impossible all the time, then the free-to-play people that were here, they're just gonna start leaving. Like, at this point they might as well just go and play Fortnite, or something else. I don't know. At least then they can actually play for free. So, I don't know, I think DML is heading into very dangerous territory. A very negative territory at that. Did we finish the dungeon? We didn't completely, did we? No, we got one fight left. Fine, we'll do it. We'll do it. I was like, I swear I did not do the last fight in this dungeon earlier. Thank goodness. I guess I'm starting to lose my head. It's probably because of the sleep thing, like I said. Like, why did I wake up at midnight? You tell me. Should be fun in the morning. I mean, I need to get that breeding guide out as soon as I can for the Pixie Dot, and I'm probably gonna only get another hour of sleep. Oh well! Let's suffer together, I suppose. But we'll get this done, and I'll probably try and sleep. But what do we get in the dungeon? Let's find out! Okay, not a dragon. We were close. But, you know, the dragons are the thing that I don't want out of the dungeon. I just want the gems out of the dungeon at this point. Give me the 100 gems a day. Do it every day. I will love you, game. You know, then I could afford VIP just, like, naturally. So, maybe that's our next goal in DML where, like, at the moment with all the annoying events, maybe our goal is just to save enough gems to afford VIP for the month. How about that? I mean, it's only 199. In actuality, that isn't even a lot to have to save up. But have you ever seen how utterly terrible the VIP deals are, by the way? Like, 2 days of VIP is 50 gems, and then 20 days is 199, 7 days 149. So there's only 50 gems difference for, like, 13 days extra? I don't know. Very annoying bundles. If you ever don't buy the 20-day VIP bundle, I don't know what to say to you. I think you're wasting quite a lot of money for no reason. Or gems, more specifically, obviously. But, I guess what they say, you know, buy in bulk always works out better. Usually, at least. But, like I said, I am gonna go for now, so best of luck if you are still trying to breed the Iron Fire. Your chances are probably very low because you'll be on, like, your last attempt or two, but, you know, I give you all of my blessings. I hope it works out for you, and look forward to that new breeding guide. Again, the main combo is gonna be Rust plus Fire, just so you know.